Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. And again, welcome to our today's political analysis. Now, on September 7th, the Public Service Commission of Kenya announced for application to the position of Principal Secretary vacant. Those people who are willing to apply, they needed now to submit their application. And after that, about 9,154 Kenyans applied for those positions. And yesterday, the Public Service Commission has finally shortlisted 477 names out of those 9,154. And remember, the available positions is 49. Before Uhuru Kenyatta, of course, he had 44, but President William Samoei Ruto has added 5 more to make it 49. So Ruto is going to have more PSS compared to what Uhuru had. And on these shortlisted names, about 20 names are PSS who had worked in the Uhuru Kenyatta regime, or we can call it the Jubilee government. They are among the people who have been shortlisted. So they served in the Jubilee administration, they are now applying to serve in Kenya Kwanza administration. And then the other 20 names are people who came from Kenya Kwanza Economic Advisory Council, a team that has been led by David D. So the interview for the shortlisted names is going to take place on October 12th, 2022. Now, on this shortlist, funny enough is that Kenyans have been able to spot the name of the IBC chairman, Wafula Chebukati's wife, Mary Wanyonyi Chebukati. And that is the news. I'm going to explain to you the reason why I am feeling that William Samoei Ruto might be on the journey to reward Wafula Chebukati for his own personal interest. And I'm going to explain to you how I feel that this is exactly what is happening. But before we go deep into that, just a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you're not subscribed. So my humble request, please consider subscribing so that another time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers and anyone who comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give our video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our videos to more viewers. Again, another quick reminder is that we also have Kenya News K, our other channel, and on that channel, of course, we are just sharing news making headline in Kenya and across East Africa. So I'm humbly requesting you to check on Kenya News K. You'll find me there, but doing a little bit something different from what we are doing here. Now back to our discussion. Now, because the name of Wafula Chebukati's wife is appearing here, I'm not saying that she's not supposed to apply for this position. The truth of the matter is that all Kenyans have a right to apply for any position. But now, when you see such names popping up, then you start to realize that there are people of interest who are also ready to receive their reward. I'm saying this, and I'll tell you, there is one secret, if you know, you should be aware, that when you see such advertisement for position like this one's coming out, if no one has approached you, a senior person from the regime that is coming, if you see no one has approached you requesting you to apply for that position, then my brother, my sister, my mother, and my father, please don't waste your time. Don't waste your time going to apply for those positions. Kwa mara nyingi hii inakuanga ni mambo ya kujuana. The positions will go as a reward. no matter whichever way you look into it, it is a reward, maybe for a loyalist, or a person who has worked with you, or a person who has helped you to achieve something. As simple as that. Someone campaigned for you, someone raised resources for you to campaign, someone aided you here and there, someone helped you to do other things, including even making you president. It is time to reward them. So normally this position, you will get someone, maybe a close ally to William Ruto, a close ally to Musalia Mudavadi, a close ally to Wetangula, a close ally to these senior people, including even the other side, that's Azimio, even they will take power. When you see those close allies telling you, apply for this, or if Ruto will make a call to you, or advise you, or suggest to you that apply for this position, then be rest assured that you are 70% sure of that position that you will get. The other process of interview, you go through, maybe vetting, is just for formalities. But the truth of the matter is that you have the job. And therefore, if you see the name of Wafula Chebukati's wife coming there, a chairman of the Electoral Independent and Boundaries of Kenya, IBC, applying, then in my view, I am convinced that someone has approached Wafula Chebukati and asked him to suggest to his wife to apply for that position. A senior ally of William Ruto, or a senior ally in Kenya Kwanza government, has reached out to Wafula Chebukati's wife, suggesting to her to apply for that position. Otherwise, if not, then I don't think if Wafula Chebukati's wife will waste her time going to apply for that position. Look at these positions. 9,000 people have applied, but they need only 49. So the rest will not get. So you cannot just waste your time going there, especially when you are aware that you are a wife or a relative to a person holding a very high position and from an independent body in this country, then expect to get that position. It's not easy. So I am convinced that someone has reached out to Wafula Chebukati's wife and asked her to apply for that position. If indeed she will get this job, then obvious Kenyans are going to conclude that Wafula Chebukati worked in the interest of William Ruto in IBC to make him president. It does not matter how he did it, but he has done it. And because of that, remember, Chebukati is serving his term, second term in office, and is going home. He's finishing his tenure in the office. So you bring in his wife and then reward her with a position here, because Chebukati will not be in the office after all in short time. So hii ni kama kuambia Chebukati asanti kwa kazi ambayo ulifanya. In case he will be given a position in this government. Because Chebukati has been here holding a bigger office. I mean, now rewarding the wife, do you mean there's no any other Kenyans who need jobs? This house has served. Why can't you give hustlers? There are many Kenyans who are well educated, but they don't have jobs. So if you see Wafula Chebukati wife getting a job finally, that will be the reason behind this. But again, her name might be appearing on that list just to see the reaction of Kenyans. How are Kenyans going to talk about the issue of Wafula Chebukati's wife appearing on the short list? And the game could be, there is a plan to reward this wife somewhere else. Because remember, William Ruto proposed to Kenyans that he want to establish position for the Cabinet Administrative Secretary, CAS. Those ones will be like what we used to refer to assistant minister. So if she meets on this list, then she's going to appear on that list. But then they're just using this one to test the water, as simple as that. So that would be the strategy. And at the end of the day, you see, it will end up as a reward to Wafula Chebukati family for the good job they did for him. Because according to what happened there, if Wafula did not work for this team, then I don't think they were going to go into that direction to Rwanda. So I'm fully convinced that this is a reward. It is a political reward to a community, not even a community, it's just a family. For what because Kenyans had issue with the IBC results. Kenyans were not happy on how Wafula Chebukati took on the leadership of IBC commissioners when it comes to announcing the results. There are many people who still believe that Railaodinga was shortchanged. But before the water settles, before we see the sediments down the water, still the game is going on here. Because how is it coming so much quick like this? Because tell me, how will Azimio say if Wafula's wife will appear here? What will be the reaction from the other side? So in my view, that's the way. I don't know what you think about this, but let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening to me up to this far. May good God bless you and see you